only in it for one. Oh, wait. Look at her body.
Ooh, that's not. Wait, it's sparkly there, but then it's...
Wait!
Oh my god, no, girl! Wait, your eyebrow?
Yeah. What? Okay. This is going to be quite a crazy month. We've got 6 new Reboot transformations to review and analyze, and I don't think I can do it alone. I need to introduce my guest for this video. We have Drawing Diamonds here. Hello, Drawing. Everybody cheer.
I know you're about to add like cricket sound effects. I just know it.
No, I won't add cricket sound effect. Well...
damn, I need the idea.
We've put the transformations up on Sync Sketch, which means we can now view frame by frame. This is just the best way to dissect these animations. We're all going to have different thoughts on these transformations, but I think that's fine. I think it's cool to see everyone's different perspectives. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's replay it. We'll do the non-copyright music.
Go girl, gives nothing.
Beautiful, okay.
La.
Young. What was your first thought as soon as the premiere was... Well, actually no, this one was just released publicly.
When I first saw it, I thought it was just kind of underwhelming. Based off the teaser trailer, we only see like 2 clips of FLORA transforming, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, we need to remember that back in August of last year, we got a preview of FLORA's transformation. The background's changed a bit. She's a lot more censored than she was originally. It kind of reminds me of the Sirenix leaks versus the final version. For some reason, they've censored the whole body, which, I don't know, we'll get onto it later why it feels a bit redundant. Anyway. The first thing that happens on screen, we've now realized is a trend with all of these transformations. They all kind of seem to be enclosed in different objects or capsules, I guess, before they begin to transform. In FLORA's case, a flower, which I think is a cute detail. Now I hear the birds.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's quite funny because they appeared as soon as
they add on to FLORA.
Yeah. I was like, come on, nature. You can see all of these vines growing around her as soon as the flower opens up, and it just releases this massive gust of pollen.
Why is she waking up?
What do you mean, why is she waking up?
Bitch, look on the screen. I'm sorry. She's acting like she woke up from a nap or something.
She's just come out of hibernation, and she's ready to transform, apparently. But yeah, the flower opens up, pollen, she wakes up.
It's early in the morning.
She stands up, and then she lets her skinny ass get blown away.
And then comes back down. Oh, I hadn't paid attention to how this transition worked. It's nothing too extraordinary, but I guess it's fun.
Shouldn't the hair like cover up the entire screen and then like...
No, I kind of like how they've done it. Although you can see the way they've masked it. You can still see the blue in FLORA's hair, which is... That's kind of weird, actually. Surely they'd have access to the animation raw.
Yeah, guys.
Come on, compositing. Anyway, when you zoom in like this, you can see the very harsh line of the top that was originally there. I can understand why maybe they've made that change. I just wish it wasn't so obvious where the top once was.
It could have been like a bodysuit, and not like...
Yeah, it's like, did she paint her stomach or something? Like,
oh my god,
that eyebrow is like right. You know, like Demi Lovato in Camp Rock with the knees.
No. Oh wait, do you mean like that really awkward scene where everybody just shuts up and then like these cameras like Camp Rock?
No, I'll show you.
This is real. This is me.
Actually, I have something to say about this scene.
Oh, go
this
for
whole
it. Go for it.
Scene. The whole blue background. I get why they did it, but it looks kind of really plain. It's just a blue background with like a few petals, and
I mean, I guess I see what you mean. I think it's fine though. It only lasts for like 2 seconds.
It's not the worst thing ever, but it's something, you know what I mean.
Miss Tarzan comes in and swoops herself around in front of us. I've seen some people not like this new characterization that they've given FLORA in the movements of this transformation.
Including me.
We're used to like the softer poses that she used to make in all the transformations. I do kind of agree with this. Although, to be fair, this is before we've seen anything of what she's like in the series. Now that it's been rebooted, who knows if they've changed her personality. Maybe this reflects what she's like in the reboot. I guess time will tell. I don't hate it. It's a different approach. And now seeing what they've gone with for the other girls, I think it makes sense.
Wait, it makes sense?
Because everyone's very high energy. Shockingly, Flora's is the least of the high energy, which I never thought I'd say when it first came out.
I honestly agree with that statement a lot because she's always had like this more graceful, elegant vibe to her movements, if anything, compared to AISHA or TECNA. And they're like jumping all over the screen. They're doing the craziest shit, but because it's a reboot, I could let it slide.
Yeah, exactly. This scene looks really nice though. Like, I like the way they've done it. Let's just say it now. They are like scared of darkening her just the slightest bit more is all they need to do.
Which you think after like multiple years of backlash, they would want to change Flora to be darker, like her original skin. Is it not like a really easy fix?
I know some people color pick screenshots of the reboot and compare it to the original and they're like, oh, it's the same. But when it's a different medium, it doesn't really translate. But yeah, she's swinging on these vines. Nothing transformational, if that's a word, is happening. And then we get her doing the splits.
Like, okay, queen.
Like, okay, didn't know she had that in her repertoire, but you know, she must have done a split before. I respect the animation of the vines wrapping around her ankles.
Okay.
It's a small detail, but I kind of want to know how they did it. But anyway, overall, I really like the animation of this transformation. There are no noticeable errors that I can see. So then we get one of the only transformational scenes in this entire thing. You know, it just like flashes before your eyes. It's like a 3 to 5 second thing of her getting her whole outfit at once.
No separation, just one big swoosh and
the
her
whole
outfit's
thing.
it.
They could have split it up into different materials. Maybe she got the base first and then all of the flowers one by one.
The ribbon separate, the necklace separate.
Exactly. Like, there could have been plenty of steps.
Oh my god, those flat ass feet. Hello, Barbie.
Okay, anyway. This is the scene that had me confused because when it was first released, Flora's hair was already done, whereas now we know in the scene, this is where she's actually meant to be transformed, which obviously means that the original version was unfinished, but it does also mean that it's very easy to interchange the animation between different models. It's going to be easier for them to have multiple variations of each transformation. Who knows what's going to happen?
Sorry, I thought her leg got cut off for like a second, but it's just the flowers being distracting.
Yeah, and the vines.
It's like, what the hell?
Now that you mention it, her leg does look very bent.
Oh my god! Let go of her! Her leg's about to snap. Jesus Christ.
This is when we get the full shoe scene. But yeah, we get that for like a split, like a flash. We can't stay on the shoe scene for long enough to actually acknowledge what's happening. A lot of these scenes are definitely flying by. And once she's tied her whole body up this time, inspired by Mythics, we've got a lot of spinning.
She looks exhausted.
A lot of spinning. And while she's spinning, she gets her hair.
Somehow, there's no indication how she transforms her hair, but okay, girl.
The first time I watched, I think I didn't even notice.
With all the motion, all the movement, how far it is away from the screen, you can miss it with a blink of an eye. Not the Ariana Eternal Sunshine Deluxe pose.
Oh my god. She begins to glow, and
For some reason.
the glow is what unravels the vines. And she does another spin.
And then we have her close up.
I guess. I don't know, something about it looks very...
Now you're having issues! Maybe it's the fact that this is the only close-up we get, so I can appreciate it a little more. But I think she looks cute.
Yeah, maybe it's the camera that they used. You know when you put like a fisheye lens on something?
Okay, I kind of see it.
It's very up close, which I understand is the round shape that they were going for. It could have been flatter, and maybe it would have made her head shape look a bit nicer. This is the second flower transition we have, now in pink. The first one was yellow. These actually really annoy me because it reminds me of Mythics, where you know how Bloom's final pose is always connected to Flora's first pose?
We never got that final experience.
I know.
I think this is kind of better though because it's more like a green screen or like overlay of anything. I think Flora's final pose is the only one I could say I love. The very pretty background is like the biggest reason, but her pose is quite cute. It reminds me of Enchantix 3D, but like an elevated, like more prettier version.
Yeah. I wish when they uploaded the video, they hadn't cut the final pose so short.
Yeah, because there's no way like this final pose is 2 seconds. Y'all could have rendered a few more. Where is the girl?
Animation wise, I think it's awesome. I think they put a lot of effort into it, clearly. The color choices, very nice. The transitions, perfect for Flora.
I have this issue with everybody, honestly. It's just like you can't take a breath to like focus on every detail or whatever. And then she's in her final pose ready. Like, can we breathe?
I understand what you mean. They're like trying not to lose the attention of the viewer. They're like, look at this, something's happening here. Look at this, something over here. Ironically, a lot of stuff's happening, but there's not much transforming.
Out of this 30-second clip, only like 2 scenes matter.
I think my only thing was just that it felt a little bit out of character for her. What I'm getting is quite a different Flora to the one we're used to. We can talk about the song if you want.
Do you want to talk about the song first? You seem more passionate about it.
Oh god, well, I wouldn't say passionate's the word, but I think the song itself, it concerns me how much it sounds like the Mermaid Magic transformation song.
Wasn't it Home for You, not the transformation?
Both of them. Both Shine and Glow and Home with You have the same chord progression and are in the same key. It might be the same team that composed all 3 songs, but it's kind of concerning how 3 out of the 4 songs that we've heard from this team have been in the same key, almost at the same speed. Where is the uniqueness, guys? Although, thank you very much, it makes my job remixing them a whole lot easier. But you know,
oh, no.
When I first heard the song, I was like, what in the Lego Friends movie music is going on here? Like when the song started being sung by L2M.
We're gonna shine tonight, it's forever ours.
Such a vague reference.
I don't know, to me it was very like, oh, this is the first time we've had such a young voice sing the transformation song, which I think is a nice touch because I guess it's what they would consider to be more fitting to the new demographic. The old singers will be missed, for sure. Who knows if they'll even show up in the reboot at all. Hopefully they do, it would be a nice callback, but they're definitely not going to be in the transformations now, as we can see. I think the last point is that the lyrics are definitely giving very AI-generated vibes. Of course, there's only so much you can say when it's a basic transformation without much of a theme. They're simplistic enough that we've memorized them already and it's only been a couple of days. But the melody of the song is definitely catchy. I miss when the transformation songs were very guitar heavy. That was a staple in a lot of Winx transformation music. It made it feel a lot more powerful and battle ready. In most instances, there are some that we don't talk about, but you know.
Winx.
Oh, well, ironically, that song does have a lot of guitars. They just don't sound very strong. But anyway. Oh, and I also wish the vocals had more harmonies. Just the one vocal track on the song is a bit of a shame.
Season 8 vibes.
Very Season 8 vibes, honestly, you're right there.
I think instrumental is very catchy, but I don't think it really works for the transformation. It's just like a cute song, like cute background music, but it doesn't really work here. Maybe I need to hear it in other languages first to like have real thoughts.
TECNA is my favorite, for sure. They set this one up as a premiere, and I think that was the best thing they could have possibly done because we all knew what time to show up. We all watched it in unison, and despite there not being a live chat because it was made for kids, I think it made it a lot more exciting. As soon as it came out, I was on board. I loved it. What about you?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. So on that note, let's just play it real quick.
Everything about this is incredible. The visuals, the movement, and she looks so good here. Honestly, this made me like a TECNA stan for the reboot.
Yeah, honestly, I'm shocked at how much I enjoyed this one. When you think about TECNA, you don't expect much. No offense, TECNA and all her fans.
I'm sorry.
When
the TECNA shade, oh my god.
When it comes to TECNA in the newer seasons, she's always like the last one, the leftovers, the crumbs of the group.
She's starving.
But for this transformation, she like devoured everyone else.
She ate the whole Thanksgiving dinner. She ate up the Easter plate. She ate up her 4th of July. She ate up every goddamn holiday
Oh
meal.
my god. All of the above. TECNA's animation feels the cleanest, which really confuses me. Her facial expressions aren't too dramatic. I like it.
Maybe TECNA's animation feels a lot better because FLORA is just jumping all over the place and TECNA feels a little tame somehow. So there's more time to focus on the animation, her close-ups, everything.
Yeah, her transformation has a lot of closer scenes compared to FLORA, so we see a lot more of her, which draws us in as a viewer. What would you call this? Force field? Hexagon? Firewall?
Firewall?
It then divides itself into several fragments, which slowly spin around her, and you can see the lights on the circuits flowing around on each piece.
Ooh.
It's very cool. I think this feels like a reference to the beginning of her Enchantix animation.
I think the slowness of the transformation works in concept, but with the song, it doesn't really work for me because the song is a little more upbeat and she's not really moving a lot. So it kind of feels a little out of place, but this isn't like really a grudge with the transformation. It's just a song.
I do like, oh wait, not me noticing that her hand clips through the, oh that's so annoying. No, I'm not going to be able to, ugh. Now I can't unsee it. Ugh. But then she opens up this main menu, she selects something, and then she spins it and everything around her spins with it. It's really cool.
And then grabs.
Wait a minute.
What is she grabbing?
I wonder if the purple backside of the hexagons is meant to be in this shot, because it's only in it for one. Oh wait.
What?
Look at her body.
Oh.
This is a prototype frame.
Ooh, that's not.
I had a feeling. I was like, something's not right here. Wait, look at the body.
Wait, it's sparkly there, but
yeah. Oh my god. Wait. TECNA, no.
Oh my god, TECNA, no! Don't become a chop!
Oh no, they flopped.
No!
That's so funny. Her outfit sparkle leaves like an afterprint on this prototype frame, and then it.
The way you can still tell. I think the stomach part is actually like a little lighter than the
It is.
top.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, girl! Her outfit just shows the stomach. Does it really matter in the end?
That's such a good point. Oh.
Wait, your eyebrow?
Yeah. What? Okay. I'm sorry, TECNA. I was just saying you had the best sequence, and now I'm like tearing your animation to shreds. I hope you can forgive me. This is our job here. Unfortunately, again, we get everything in one scene. I love this like electrical wireframe that she's got going on.
Like some kind of grid pattern.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love it. It's a good scene. It's a close-up, unlike FLORA's.
Ooh, those textures are really good.
Yes. Absolutely. I completely agree. And then we cut to this. What? What is going on? Where are her eyebrows?
Why does it have the most errors?
And the like shaved part of her head is also gone. I guess it's just an animation error. They didn't push it forward properly. Her eyelashes as well. It's sunk into the skin.
The way we absolutely would not notice this unless it was from this website, because if you stream this shit, we would not notice this shit.
See, this is why we have to look at it frame by frame. But anyway, this whole scene, by the way, I love it.
I love it too, but I think it's also kind of unnecessary.
And it's gimmicky, but something happens in it. She has these sparkles on the side of her head that form the headpiece, and then she kind of zooms in to her eye, which gives us this incredibly cool looking shot. I love it. You can just have a look at the textures. Look how far we've come with the original Winx 3D, where AISHA, for example, didn't even have eyebrows. And then this, it looks awesome.
It's like the one scene I can't criticize. It's just really stunning.
We've got the Mythics effect going on here. Just spinny, spin, spin.
I think the background here is like my favorite part.
Yeah.
It's just so cool to look at.
There are some frames where her hair's really pink, and then it slowly turns very purple, and then it's pink and purple again, and then we've got pink, and here we've got a completely different kind
Bright
of
ass purple.
Yeah, with like blue highlights. Then it goes up and it's pink again, then it's purple, and then pink, purple.
I really like how the particles that she created from spinning, I guess, creates her wings. It makes me appreciate like they're using the magic in the background more. I love how she's very confident here. I think it's a nice breakaway from all the smiley faces, the unserious, the joyous. And here, we can take the sequence a little more seriously.
I understand what you mean. I'm just glad that they didn't give her a really goofy smile like they did with the others. Jump scare to Musa.
Oh shit, my iPad.
If you pay attention to the wings curling as she adds pressure on them to push upwards, I really like that. Then we have this final scene that reminds me a lot of her Believe X when she shoots up into the camera right before her final pose, so I really like that. And then we've got this final pose which is just perfect.
I love it, but I hate it at the same time. And I blame it on the transition because there's no motion to indicate, like, you can tell from FLORA and MUSA's, like, they move back towards, like, the middle of the screen and then they pose, but TECNA's just floating here so casually.
Oh, I understand what you mean. I think her background is a bit too much.
Well,
But I still like it. I think it's fine. It's definitely a lot compared to the rest. I think everything about this sequence is really fun. We're going to ignore all of the animation errors that I found today, but
I want to point out that I think TECNA's reboot transformation is visually the most pleasing she's ever had.
really? Oh wow.
A lot of transformations, you can't really tell she's the fairy of technology, but this one just screams technology, digital, all that stuff.
Up next we have, oh god.
The chop.
Well,
The chop.
before we even mention Musa's, I first want to talk about the aspect ratio issue that's going on. So whenever they've uploaded these transformations, and for all of the trailers, they would put a black bar at the top and at the bottom of the video. I assume that's the aspect ratio they're going for when they release it fully. Then Musa's transformation came out, and it was a perfect widescreen ratio, 16:9. It got me raising an eyebrow because why would they crop the transformation if it was animated in a different format to begin with? Anyway, let's start the transformation.
Oh god.
I love that hers is longer.
Yeah, literally.
I'm so glad. Butterflicks
But that
could
means
actually never.
That means 3 more seconds of ugly.
Well, what were your first thoughts when this came out?
I just did not care about this sequence when I first saw it. And now the more I rewatch it, the more I don't like it. She just transforms for like, what, 2 scenes?
So we start with her in a water bubble.
Which, okay, isn't water, bubble, fluid, AISHA's thing?
Yeah.
So why is Musa in this bubble? Would it make more sense to be like a disco shell or something like that?
Disco shell!
Surely the disco glitter ball would have been the perfect choice.
And like let the sparkles like...
Yeah, maybe they were too afraid of making it similar to TECNA, but then if they've used a bubble for Musa, now they can't use a bubble for AISHA, so what are they gonna do? This is before AISHA's has come out, by the way, so we'll find out what AISHA's is. Everyone's been saying that she's in her own like musical bubble because she's wearing her headphones and listening to music on her own. She's like so immersed in the music that she's created this bubble for herself. I can completely understand that.
That's... I kind of see it now, honestly, but I think it's a little out of character, I guess?
It's very
Well,
Fate the Winx saga, and I don't know if I like that.
Also, sorry, I just wouldn't... I put my headphones on so I can take a break from everyone else's emotions and just focus on mine.
I just don't like the idea because it feels a bit too close to what they could have done for AISHA. I think that's the only reason. Like, when you think of music, I don't think of a water bubble.
Yeah, literally. Or any kind of bubble, really.
But that's just me. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. In this frame, you can see Musa's
Oh my
hair
God.
sinking into her head, which, you know, is season 8 vibes, but anyway.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh my god.
Oh
The
shit!
transformation started.
Hell yeah, girl!
Let me take these off. And she
Okay.
finally decides to pop the bubble. Well, actually, she doesn't really pop it. It just kind of unwraps itself. This face.
Let's ignore her ugly face for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
I don't like the color change in the background. Why would you add orange and green together with Musa of all things?
I think they have made it a bit too overstimulating with the whole like, oh yeah, she's in the club. The music is taking her through a range of emotions, which is reflected by the colors. First of all, the colors aren't even synced with the music. They just show up whenever they want.
Actually, that's a good point.
I don't think they had an intention with any of the colors they picked. I just think they wanted the visual like that. And no. I don't like the constant changing.
I need to talk about this scene in particular. I hate this scene with a passion. I was complaining earlier how the scenes flow together too much. I hate how they don't do it here. Why would she grab the music note, have the blue background, next scene later, it's on the other side of her body, her background's orange. Could they just not animate the scenes together and make it more cohesive?
It looks like they were once connected. It just feels like there's missing frames. Do you know what it looks like happened? If you look at the hair in this frame, it looks like there was like a render mistake or something. It's very grainy, it's a little bit grey. What if they weren't happy with the renders, so they just cut it out and switched it up with the colors? Because you can tell both animations are clearly connected.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
I like the fact that the strings glow in her hand. This scene would have looked so much cooler if everything was a little bit darker.
To contrast, like, the light.
To contrast the light, yeah. It reminds me of her 3D Enchantix transformation, where everything started off so dark and it slowly got lighter. That moment of it being darker was so impactful. I feel like that would have been really cool to have. I love that she's interacting with the strings as if they were a guitar. I wish that in the sound effects they would have added the strumming.
And now she wants Flora's nachos.
Yeah, and now you're right, it gets very similar to Flora with the...
And then it transforms her whole outfit all at once.
Except the hair, which I appreciate.
She kicks the ground and it sets off the dance floor, which she actually did nicely.
I like this too. You can see the outline of the shoe. There's like that really weird glow.
I thought that was the light of the floor.
Yeah,
ew.
I thought so too, but then you see that it
disgusting.
matches the shoe. It's definitely not meant to be there, I can tell. People were like, oh, I wish she kept her hair like this for the transformation. And I'm like,
No, the fuck you don't. Do you really want these chop-ass pigtails? No, girl.
I think this render's really cute though.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, I shouldn't have spoken because now we get 3 of her. I guess the hologram aspect is meant to be more like just dance vibes.
Yeah, and there's like multiple of them on screen. Okay, hold on. We gotta talk about the stupid ass flag in the top. What the hell?
I really don't think it was necessary to add specifically those colors at the top. It felt so disjointed. And then we get the Michael Jackson reference.
I think this would be really cute if like it transformed her shoes.
Also, her eyes are a different color here. They're sometimes purple and then they're blue here.
Her eyes are so...
Pick one, guys. What eye color does she have? I love this whole scene of her jumping on the massive notes. I really didn't expect it. I like it.
I think this is my favorite scene of this whole sequence.
This bit?
I mean...
The background is shockingly still.
Oh, ew.
I don't think it was meant to be like that.
I do like the fact that her sparkles are not just sparkles, they're music notes.
I appreciate the little squash and stretch that's going on here. And then we have to get into the thumbnail debate. Why did they feel the need to Photoshop it with that frame from the beginning?
Not to mention, it's not even edited that well.
And the eye's not even on the head. Like, guys, I appreciate the nod to the original Magic Winx pose.
I find it interesting that MUSA's the one to do the Magic Winx pose. Like Cosmics, she was the only one who really did it there.
I mean, consistency, but it can all be ignored by this facial expression.
I think MUSA's overall problem with her character design in the reboot is that she just has these eyes. If she's meant to be Asian, like the original, there's not really any indication that she is going to be Asian so far. I really hope I'm wrong. And I say this as somebody who always feels like represented by MUSA being an Asian. There was like always subtle hints in like unique outfits or hairstyles, but here she just feels like another white girl to me. And I think that's really sad as an Asian fan and also as a person who considers MUSA as their favorite.
Sorry, she needs to put those eyes away.
And then we get to the chop final pose.
I mean, I like it.
I don't like how the music notes are there. That's my problem. It just feels like right fucking face.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're a bit distracting. You're completely right about these 2 treble clefs.
Oh, although I think the blue behind her is really off-putting.
Well, they obviously put it there so that she wouldn't camouflage too much of the background, but then it's like, why don't you just change the background? But anyway, I don't want anyone to think that we're okay with being harsh on her because she's our favorite and stuff. We obviously don't want our favorite to look this chopped, but you know, somebody put effort into making this, and well, I think Hopefully it wasn't a machine, but
Well,
this whole transformation is absolutely my least favorite. There's too much going on. For me, that's just for me. I'm sure to the kids who are going to be watching, they're going to love this. That's me speaking as if I were in the production company. The kids are going to love this. Come on, Coco Melon. Like, they could have dialed it down significantly, given themselves less work, and it would have been enough. But yeah, this one was a huge chop for me. We now have Stella. Let's just play it and then give our first opinions as soon as we see it. What do you say?
I don't know.
Sure.
Wonderful.
So there's the sun, and then in the sun,
Damn, is she depressed?
there she is. Good morning.
Rise and shine.
First off, I want to say the animation in this one I really like. When I say animation, I mean like the movements of the body, not necessarily how everything looks. That's more like the effects and stuff. But the animation, I love it. I think everything's floaty enough that it makes sense for her to be in this random space.
It's like the only scene out of the sequence I actually really like.
Yeah, I really like it as well. I love the visual effects here. I think the lighting is really nice in these darker scenes. This transformation's heavy on like the sun and the moon aspect.
I don't
which
like,
is...
but we'll talk about that later.
You don't?
I like the concept, but
Good thing is we have a lot of sun right now. We have the burning sun.
Burning sun.
I just realized her rubber band things are
Yeah.
like purple.
I was about to say the same thing.
Interesting because, I mean, I guess it would make sense with her original outfit, but considering they changed her outfit to be the season 1 original outfit, it's a little interesting.
I remember her original like headband in season 1 being purple as well. I didn't pay attention to it in the teasers, but if it matches that, then okay, that's fine.
Okay, queen.
I love this pose.
She is serving face.
Although,
She does-
now that I look at it, this is a very interesting deformation that's going on in her body. I think somebody should have double checked the geometry.
No.
You see that fade of her hair?
It's... Oh. What? What the hell?
Wait a minute. So it fades into the transformation hair, and then it fades back into her normal...
It's
What?
confusing.
The hair transforms, and then it de-transforms,
Interesting.
and then it transforms again.
Okay.
Cool. Well, anyway, I don't like that the transformation happens off screen. I think that's really annoying. And I wish they hadn't done that because it feels 1, lazy, and 2, it feels too fast. Like, we can't see what's going on. We can't see what her outfit is until much later.
I think if people were going to complain about the sequence not having any close-ups or anything like that, then this is the perfect example because she just transforms in like one snap. Everything's like complete. The animation's cute, but like
It is. It's a cute little spin.
it's fine. That's it.
I love the cloudy night sky effect here and the transition that happens here from night to day.
Oh, that's cool. They hit it well with the cloud too.
I don't know why her skirt gets this like little purple light.
Oh,
I don't know. Just me
Oh.
pointing out random things.
and then
Oh my god, her knees are like right up to her head.
God damn, okay, flexibility, I guess. I don't like how the sky is so plain. It's just a blue thing and then clouds. It's fine, I guess. I had the same issue with FLORA.
Yeah, I wonder how they could have changed it. Maybe it could have been like a sunrise. Now that you mention it, why is she lit up if she's in front of the sun? Surely the light would be behind her. Anyway, too much thought. Whoa, okay, I love the way the wings are folding again, like the others.
Mhm.
Very cool.
I think it has my least favorite of how the wings transform.
And she
that-
flaps the wings.
I'm sorry, that face? Hello?
I mean, on her it makes sense. On MUSA it looks like a nightmare. The sparkles shoot upwards. This whole scene is incredibly cool.
I think it's gorgeous.
It's probably my favorite scene from her transformation. They didn't give her too much motion blur for it to feel annoying.
and
And then
then
she like shoots up and takes some like sun trail with her. Oh, the reveal into this final pose, I really like it.
I think she has my favorite final pose.
It's cool how they've given her the kind of shape to match the letter S.
I kind of see it.
And the same with the visual effects over here.
Fat ass ass, oh my god.
It's not obvious, but it's cohesive. Out of the 4 that we've seen so far.
Oh, she's my least favorite. I can't. I'm
Really?
sorry. I have problems with her. A lot of problems.
Okay, well, go ahead, go into detail.
She's too basic in my opinion. I don't like how literally all this was just like for nothing. Nothing happens. She just transformed the sun or whatever, and then she goes to the moon, and then she gets her outfit after like what 10 seconds, and then boom, it's all done in one moment.
Yeah, but you still think MUSA's is better than STELLA's.
MUSA at least has like nice scenes, but Stella just does nothing.
It's just a shame that it's so short and the transformation scene was off screen. I really love the background they chose. I love that they stuck to their color scheme of orange, blue, and pink, and they left it there. It all worked really well for me. It looks very nice. The movements are very nice. Nothing is extremely over the top. I'm not overwhelmed visually. I think this is perfect for what it needs to be. Yeah, I'm actually surprised how much I liked it. For what they did, I don't know how they could have improved it. Except for show her transformation on the screen maybe, but you'd think that's not something you have to ask for in a transformation sequence. My heart goes out to all the AISHA fans. I hope you enjoy it. I am not vibing with it, I'm afraid, but we'll get into why once we actually view it, because oh my god, there's a lot to unpack here. Are we ready? Oh my god. I actually can't. So
It's not-
I just let out the biggest sigh.
It's not that bad. It can't be that bad.
I mean, look at the material. It has a great bit.
Oh my god.
Everything else I disapprove. She has the second shortest transformation. What the heck is going on here? Why are Stella and AISHA being ditched? So first of all, I'm upset that we have another bubble situation for AISHA as we do with MUSA.
To be fair, Aisha makes more sense, but Musa's just
Exactly,
okay, girl.
exactly. So we blame MUSA for this one. She doesn't really pop out of it. Maybe that's the first issue.
She just escapes it. Like it just like
It's kind of like, you know when you pour like melted chocolate on one of those like chocolate ball? Anyway, that's a very weird reference.
What?
Anyway. AISHA lost 13 frames until she pops out of the bubble. Remember how many MUSA was? I swear it
like
was like
120.
yeah, something like that. I don't know why they cut AISHA's out of there so fast. The water effects here are interesting. I kind of wish they hadn't been blue so they wouldn't match too much with the outfit. If they'd gone with like the Mythics route, they could have made it all pink, which I know would probably look weird to some people, but it makes sense.
It's interesting they want to like take the route with Aisha and make her like the real Fairy of Waves and not introduce Morphics into her sequences anymore, because every other sequence beforehand had Morphics of some sort. And we get to the...
This was the scene that we saw in the
I'm
teaser.
sorry, am I crazy? But like, did she lose the belly part?
You're not crazy. She did lose the belly part.
Oh!
So this is joining TECNA in the Fail Hall of Fame.
Okay.
We'll see if whoever's in charge of the censorship catches onto that in the series. But yeah, I love that she like breaks her elbows here trying to swim. What is that?
Oh my god, her arms!
This is actually her boot scene. I like how it happens. It's the background that's just a weird color, and it maybe matches her outfit too much.
And she gets her belly thing again, so what is going on?
I don't know what happens here. There's like a glitch in her body.
What are you talking? Oh.
That dark line.
Oh.
That whole scene of the AI hair. Welcome back, AI hair.
Hey, Aisha!
Hey, Aisha. We love to see you again. So she's going from blue sparkles on her body with blue effects in front of her to a blue outfit. Oh, and the blue background. We can barely tell what's changing where. It's a cool scene though. There's a lot of stopping and starting in this transformation, which
I appreciate that.
yeah, it's a cool way to work with the dynamic of the water, because obviously you can have those slower movements when you're underwater. So I think it works well here. I think caustics is the word. We can see the caustics of the water reflecting on her skin, which is very cool because it means that she's getting closer to the surface. So that makes sense. And then we have the best scene in the entire sequence, for me at least. We have her breaking through the water. Oh, you can tell they put all the effort into this one and it paid off. This is wonderful.
Wonderful.
You can see the surface of the water being broken by her. That's so cool. It kind of looks a bit slimy, but whatever. And the slow motion of her hair flip lifting off the water. It's wonderful. I mean,
Wonderful.
we all know the reference, right?
Snow White.
We're gonna ignore that. It's clearly The Little Mermaid. What do you think of the reference?
I think it's great. It's my favorite scene of the sequence too, but I think there should have been maybe a little more lighting, because if we compare it to like the live action, you can tell there's like a lens flare with the sun.
Yeah, the lighting could have been more dramatic, like the reference. I assume they saw that one iconic scene in the live action trailer where Halle Bailey does the hair flip as well, and they said that is Aisha's transformation, and I think it absolutely worked. The water looks its best in this scene. It's so cool. This confused me the first time I watched it, and then I realized it's focusing on the droplets that have come from Aisha's hair.
Oh, I never thought about that.
See, you didn't notice it either, right?
The scene kind of like adds nothing to the actual thing.
Whenever I see stuff like this, I think of the Cinderella bubble scene.
Sing, sweet nightingale.
And then it just transitions into what I think is the ugliest scene of all the transformations combined.
Oh.
I think this scene is really disappointing. When you watch it in full time, the animation is so bad. Her hair doesn't really make any sense with the movements. Her foot's kind of going in and out of the water. Why is she not on a morphic surfboard? Surely that would make more sense.
Her eyebrows are like fading.
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't noticed that. It's like TECNA. Something about her face feels off in this scene. The model just kind of changes almost. The background looks too bright. Her eyebrows here are like attached to her eyelids. I think the biggest sin of this scene is the camera tilting. If you look at the cloud on the left, you can tell just how weird the camera moves. So here it goes up, then it rotates anti-clockwise, and then it moves clockwise again.
Oh, what is going on?
And then it just randomly stays still for a while until it begins to rotate again. And it just stops. It's crazy to me.
Oh.
Where did her eyebrows go? In true Aisha 3D fashion, her eyebrows have vanished. I'm a bit disappointed that they chose this as the thumbnail because I think something looks really off about the model in this scene, and I think it's just down to poor animation. The lighting of this scene is a bit disgusting as well.
It's too... It's flat and dull.
Yeah, it's too flat. Something's very wrong. It feels like a much earlier version that they just never went back to change. A more iconic thumbnail that probably would have gotten more attention would have been the Little Mermaid hair flip.
Literally.
Her outfit also changes in detail throughout the sequence. Like here, it's very flat, but in the Little Mermaid sequence, you can see all the sparkles in her dress. Her flying scene is also my least favorite of all the flying scenes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
I understand wanting to like stop on this pose for her, but I don't think it makes sense because she's not underwater. So why are we pausing on this now? Even this would have been a better thumbnail. I don't know why they went with the ugliest scene. It also gives us a lot of time to look at how weird the water effects are.
And we get to my least favorite scene ever.
The final pose.
I think this would be my least favorite scene of every girl so far. I hate the pose. And then the whole background is just this pastel color. And then you have like this one stream of water. There's no like raindrops, like no water, no bubble. Why is it just this one stream of water? We had so much detail with FLORA and STELLA and TECNA. And now we have this for Aisha.
I know that they wanted her to be taller in this reboot. I think they picked the right pose to make her look a lot taller. The background is low-key unforgivable. Why is it giving season 2, 3, 4 kids credits? And why is it giving season 5 intro song?
Oh my god, stop. It's so... I feel like the song makes me dislike the sequences a little more than it should.
I was about to say that I think Aisha's transformation fits the song the most. The song starts as soon as she exits the bubble, and it matches perfectly when she comes out of the water and says, No, I pray this is an unfinished version. There are so many mistakes. That whole sequence where her body is still uncensored, and the animation of this entire surfing scene is so poor in comparison to the rest of the sequence and the other sequences of the girls. It would be a real shame if that were in the final product. It's a massive no.
Aisha feels like she got like crumbs of the other 5.
We also need to remember that any Rainbow project wouldn't be complete without transformation fails. I've got like a whole video dedicated to it already.
Literally, but like...
But I hope they see our critiques for Aisha's transformation, because I think she needs the most improving out of anyone. For the overwhelming situation that was MUSA's sequence, I think it's too late for that one now. At least it looks like a high quality finished product, which I can't say for Aisha.
If you compare the final poses with the other 4,
that speaks for itself.
The difference is night and day. I actually never been so excited for a transformation like this. Oh my god, this intro, hello?
Well, I'm gonna ruin our excitement by saying that there's already a fail in the first frame.
You fucking bitch.
The 2 yellow lights on the left.
They're
like split in half. Anyway, we're gonna ignore that.
This background is stunning, what the fuck?
I know, I'm so excited. Ready?
Okay.
Wow.
Absolutely stunning, oh my god.
It was definitely worth the wait.
Oh my god, all the budget went into her alone. She kind of ate everybody up, not gonna lie.
Well, let's see if she did. I'm still pretty convinced that... Okay, so MUSA's still longer, but only by like 5 frames.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not that bad. She has the same number of scenes as Aisha, so they're tied second. MUSA is still the longest, and she has the most scenes at an impressive number of 12. 12 scenes in 30 seconds is still pretty insane, especially when FLORA has 5. They clearly went into the whole creator of the universe kind of vibe.
The colors are very Believix to me.
You're right, the background is very reminiscent of her Believix. It's kind of zooming into the birth of something in the middle of the galaxy. Well, yeah, it's like creating something.
I would call it a core.
Not the star cores. Anyway. Blooms in this fiery shaped heart.
Okay.
Good thing they brought back the heart motif. Bloom's signature. This frame is cursed.
Okay, she spins. Again, she has like the stinking bodysuit thing going on. Again, this is just like a thing with everybody at this point.
The fire effects are insane. Okay, so Bloom becomes a rocket ship for a second and just shoots fire out of her palms.
I'm sorry, this background is actually so stunning.
The animation style that they used for Bloom feels quite different to the other girls. Hers is very quick and snappy, whereas the others flow a bit more smoothly between each of their poses. It's difficult to describe, but you can definitely tell this was someone else's animation.
Hold on, I was gonna say her outfit texture kind of looks like a little cheap. I don't know. Her armor looks a little funny. Is it just me?
It is very plain. I like that she's playing around with her magic because this is a reenactment of season 1, so she will be earning her transformation at some point throughout the
first
season.
episode.
Oh, it would be a shame if it's the first episode. I don't want it to be the first episode. At least episode 2 or 3, like the original.
I think 3 makes more sense.
The way the effects spin around her body parts has a dragon element to it. I'm trying to figure out if it is actually a dragon, because you can see that it has like a little tail and a rough outline.
Is it cut into her hands?
I'm not sure what's intentional anymore and what isn't. It may just be like a distorted light, but
I get what you mean.
It does, the way it coils around her, it's seeming like it's supposed to represent the dragon, even though they've gone more for the space creation, source of energy kind of power.
Her boots look so detailed, but then her outfit itself looks so plain. Maybe the animation's unfinished. This is off topic, but why is her... You see that, like... Hold on, can you circle this thing? And then you see this.
Yeah.
Why is there nothing on her, like, the right of her body? Wouldn't, like, the arm sleeve, like, make more sense to be on the left?
I'm afraid we're gonna have to consult somebody else for the fashion side of things, because I fear that if I speak... The hair scene felt pretty seamless. I appreciated that.
Oh.
Well, however much we can see of it, because she then just rockets herself out of frame.
I need to screenshot that. What is this scene?
And then turns out Bloom's just been making a heart trail in the middle of the galaxy. Fun. It reminds me of her 3D Enchantix and her Mythics. Oh, and her fairy dust.
So she's reheating her nachos again.
Yes, she's reheating her nachos.
It doesn't seem so out of place.
The Great Dragon itself doesn't make any kind of major appearance. The thing I said about the dragon effects could be a stretch.
I mean,
As it seems, the Great Dragon is not the main element of this sequence.
it brings me back to Mythics and Enchantix because both of them had hearts and the dragon. So
You can have both. She then stops herself and she looks up to admire it, but then the trail fades out and transforms into butterflies?
I think this is interesting. Like, it's unusual because butterflies of all things is a little...
This scene of her looking up in awe at the butterflies is really cute.
Are butterflies connected to the fire somehow?
Butterflies are linked to the whole idea of transformation, metamorphosis. I'm not sure if they're trying to link it to the fact that this is her first transformation, where it's like, oh, this is a new form for her. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't think they would think that deep
Yeah.
into this. It's just like some cute element they thought.
There's got to be some proper reasoning for it that we don't have in our minds right now. If this becomes the intro shot of the opening, I would not be surprised.
Oh my god, her chop ass eyelashes. Anyway.
Followed by a few butterflies that circle around her.
This is where she kind of loses me for a second, because what happened to her eyebrows? Either they're like stupidly high up, or they just blend way too much with her hair. Also, go back for like 2 seconds. Holy shit, girl.
Oh my god.
Okay, whatever, sure.
This scene could have had more work.
Are her wings like behind her hair?
Oh, well,
What?
I guess they're there. They're like perfectly hidden behind her silhouette. There they are.
That's interesting.
Oh my god, it's like she's Iron Man. She keeps using her hands as if they were Iron Man's palm repulsors. She uses this technique many times in the sequence. This final pose is incredible.
I hate it. I'm actually so serious. I don't like it. I kind of wish she was also confident too in her face, but at this point, everybody smiling is just going to be a common thing. I think my problem is the fire coming out of her hands. I get what they were doing, but it's so massive too. It takes up like a good chunk of the screen. I'm sorry, you're literally at Kia level. You're starting off and you're shooting this much fire. I'm scared for your Enchantix girl. What goes beyond this?
Oh my god. It's not my favorite. I still think some bits have very weird, intentionally timed animation. Let's put it that way. Okay, we've officially made it to the end of all the transformations. I think the rollout of the transformations was really cool. I never want to have to wait this much again to see these sequences, but
I think it's fun. I think it was like a fun month. I really do like the order of it. It does kind of take away the excitement from the reboot, but I am pretty sure they got something else up their sleeve. So it gives us more content to live with until we get the full reboot.
we've now gotten to the excruciatingly difficult portion where we need to rank everything.
Girl, it's not that hard.
Oh, okay. Well, go on then.
Okay. Okay, first we got Stella.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think her animation's great, but she also gives us nothing at the same time. Next up, we have AISHA. I think she's like the opposite of Stella. Her animation is not that great, but her choreography is fine. Next up, we have MUSA. She has good moments and a lot of bad. Next up, we have FLORA. I honestly got really used to her kind of fast. I love her close-up so much, and her final pose is probably my favorite of the 6. I'm gonna put TECNA at second. I do love her sequence a lot, and I'm gonna put Bloom at first. I was really excited for Bloom. When we first saw the teaser trailer, I knew she was gonna have like the highest quality, and for the most part, she really did not disappoint. Bloom, TECNA, and FLORA are definitely my top 3, and then a very big gap in between. This is my ranking so far.
Let's make this short and sweet.
Okay, Miss Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh my god. Last place, AISHA. AISHA's is in significantly worse shape than the rest. They do need to improve those renders, fix those camera movements, and reconsider some of those backgrounds because she is in a rough state. AISHA's position is prone to change if they fix it between now and the release date. They've got 5 months. They are capable. Please. Next place, MUSA, a cluster of ideas all thrown into one sequence. The level of detail in hers is great, but I feel like it would have been much more effective if they toned it down. In 4th place, I'm putting Bloom. I think it was absolutely worth the wait. I just don't really vibe with the animation style. Also, her outfit, I can't take her seriously.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I have to mention this. Her outfit is so bad.
Yeah, I can't with the outfit. But who knows? She might grow on me. She's only been out for a couple of hours.
Watch me like debunk Bloom into like 3rd place.
We all know you and recency bias.
Oh my god.
3rd place, FLORA. It's good. Especially now looking at everyone's in comparison, but I prefer the others. 2nd place, STELLA. The lack of close-ups during her transformation is low-key unforgivable, but I will take a simpler transformation over a crazy one. In 1st place, it's TECNA. They did a wonderful job, even with the animation fails that I don't think anyone will notice because they were just in 1 or 2 frames. Because we had such low expectations for her, it paid off. So those were all of our opinions. We finally finished. Any last words, Drawing?
This was a very fun April, being excited for everybody's sequence. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here with me. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.
We'll bury you.